8:35. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right. It's another Google meeting we have, and I appreciate you coming. Motion to adopt or amend the agenda, and I have nothing to amend. Does anybody?
No?
No.
Then I'll
Okay.
make a motion that we adopt the agenda as presented.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Motion to amend and accept minutes from the meetings of July 12th, 2021. I need that motion.
I'll make the motion that we accept the minutes of the July 12th, 2021 meeting.
Second.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Motion to authorize budget transfer, appropriate amends, if any, and there was not. I need that motion. There was no budget transfers. Motion to pay ordered vendors claim July bills. A fund was $4,004.05. B fund was $306.14. DB was $13,808.22. I need a motion to pay those bills, please.
I'll make that motion.
Second,
I'll second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Motion to accept direct call correspondence. We had quite a bit this month, on our back page of our agenda. And did you want to read that letter? Is that now?
Yeah, I could do it now.
Yeah.
All right, so it was a letter that was received from New York State Department of Taxation and Finance to the supervisor. And it was regarding the 2020 Silcal Aid certification for the town of Kinderhook. So it basically says, and I actually think that this is worth reading. The assessor's office has done a wonderful job. This is just comments from myself, but I wanted to read this. Dear Ms. Patsy Leader, congratulations. Your municipality has met the requirements for aid for silical reassessment on your 2020 assessment roll, By your successful completion of these requirements, the taxpayers in your community are receiving the benefits of equitable assessments that reflect current market value. I commend your assessor for maintaining a system of real property tax administration that meets the highest standards set by the state. Such efforts are essential to guarantee equity and fairness to the taxpayers of your municipality. This financial assistance will help your assessor to continue to maintain the equity evidenced of the 2020 final assessment roll. Since your municipality completed a reappraisal of the 2020 assessment roll, you are eligible for aid in the amount of $5,000 per parcel. The payments made under this aid program have been reduced
$5
to
per parcel.
$5. Did I say 500?
You said 5,000.
Cha-ching. So, yeah, they were really very, very happy with the town with them. Sorry about that. The payments made under these glasses are not quite as strong as they should be. The payments made under this aid program have been reduced to 67.33% of the maximum eligible amounts since the request for reimbursement exceed the appropriation. Accordingly, a state aid voucher in the amount of $12,833.10 has been forwarded to the Office of the State Controller for payment. The aid payment was computed using a parcel count of 3,812, which was extracted from your 2020 final assessment roll file. Parcel count times equals the aid amount. The Office of the State Controller has informed us that all state aid received for real property tax administration should be recorded in the general government account aid. And they say what the number is. Please note that the 2020 reappraisal for which this payment is being provided is part of a multi-year plan that was submitted by your municipality. The plan includes conducting a reappraisal in the first and last year at 100% of market value and meeting the standards set for quality assessment administration. In order to continue to be eligible to receive this aid, your municipality must continue to comply with the plan filed for aid for silical reassessments. If you have any questions about that, but I thought that was really, really awesome.
They've done a great job, and this has shown that tremendously. And somebody that comes in and just goes to work, and they were very diligent about it. So, I need a motion to accept all direct correspondence that are listed.
I'll make that motion.
Second,
I'll second it.
motion carried. Public presentation, do we have somebody? No.
I think, Tom, but that'll be department man too.
Okay, you'll be on the department, all right? I don't want you to stand up too much with those knees. Okay, motion to accept committee and department, KISS program is running, I don't have the dates. Do you?
I believe it was the 9th of August through September, I'm sorry, I don't have that. It was a good 2 weeks, Monday through Thursday,
Yeah.
9 to 3.
We just got it notified today,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, maybe I wrote it in the front. KISS, 8:30 to 9:10.
Okay, so August 30th to 9/10, our KISS program will be going, it's a little bit longer than the September one, because I figured people clean out stuff and the taxes are already done. So all the barrels will be in here with Felicia, so, it's a very good program, it's all paid for, and that's to keep the identity of seniors safe. And it was put on through Holly Tanner's office. And we're the biggest town ever without Shrek, so you can tell how many. Stephanie's here every week. Okay. Building department report,
Building Department report.
and
Um,
introduce yourself.
I'm Tom Burrow, I'm the new code enforcement officer for the town. What I'm gonna do is give a quarterly report, because I came in April, and we've ended in July. Starting next month, I'll start giving a monthly report, so you know what's going on in the office and what Kevin and I have been up to. Since we came in April 19th, we've roughly given out 70 permits, 60 renewals, 4 fines, 30 CO searches, 2 verbal orders to remedy, 1 order to cease operations. Out of those cease orders to remedy and to cease operations, that has resulted in two individuals going to the planning board to remedy those 2 issues. We've also conducted 3 weeks of training. We're required to do 6 weeks of training to fulfill the job as code enforcement and building inspector, and we should be completing those training weeks in October. But as of this week, we're into our 3rd week. After this week, both of us will be, qualified as building inspectors. And total monies, we've roughly collected over $18,000 since April, has come through our office. Something I wanted to bring to the attention of the board. As of October 1st, our office uses Municity as a program that we do our permits with. Everything in that office runs under that particular program, and it's Municity 3. As of October 1st, it's no longer going to be supported. They're not going to do any more updates. We can't fix anything. We're not going to be able to produce permits, reports. It's just going to kind of fade on out. I've got 3 quotes for 3 different systems. 2 of those are quotes from what's already within the county. Municity is being used in the county. To update to Municity 5, they're asking for close to $25,000 setup and $5,700 annual payment per year to keep that particular system. BAS
Now Edmonds, right?
is one that's used and a lot of things, it's Edmunds, it's what they call the IPS system. To set up that system is $40,000 just for the building. And $6,500 annually to have that particular system. A system that's not in the county, the closest township is Rensselaer, and they're going to be, at one point, I'm gonna be meeting with them. I've talked to them already. I've talked to the salesman, and that is iWork, that's IWORQ. Their setup is $6,000, and their annual is $3,500. That's close to an $11,000 savings for this particular system. They did some online training with me last week and showed me what that program's all about. It's probably 10 times better than what Municity has to offer. This particular system's going to allow us to do permits online, to do violations at the site. I have a web camera, our iPods, iPads, our phones, all that stuff could be all interlinked with this. We can be out at the site and issue a violation out at the site. An individual could do their permit and their applications all online. It'll save a lot, with time and money. And when we're not in the office, what we'll do, what would happen, we'd be able to get a email, and we'd be able to come in on, Monday morning, and a permit would already be ready for them. It would give them the links to Kinderhook codes and the state codes, and they would have a checklist of everything that's in there. The other two systems don't allow that. This also allows for payment online if sometime in the future we'd like to go in that direction. And that's an additional $3,000 a year. And that $3,000 a year could be covered by the individual who's applying for the permit. For paying online, there's an additional fee. And both iWork and, the credit card company get a percentage of that, and that, like I said, that pays that $3,000. We wouldn't be charged for it. They would just take it out of, those fees.
Tom, you said the only other town that uses iWork is Rensselaer,
Well, that's the
the
closest.
closest.
The closest. This company is supposedly been existent for 26 years.
Where they at 'em?
This particular one, I believe, is in Logan, Utah. Municity is out of California,
Yeah, I knew that.
and BAS has sold once that particular part of it. Once again, I don't know exactly
It's
where.
Edmonds now.
Edmunds is the main
Right.
company, but they're using somebody else's program. And that may become a issue in the near future. I have talked to some of the neighboring towns that use Edmunds, and they're not happy with the program. They said it's a very difficult program to negotiate. Those that are using Municity 5, they like the program, but it's pricey. And to upgrade it, as you see, it's a big cost.
Can our old files be transferred into this system?
And that is why the cost of, switching over the initial hookup is to do that. And this iWorks, it's doing it relatively
So
cheap.
they're able to communicate and,
Yes, they have worked with the Municity 3 when they were located in Red Hook. And I guess some of their sales reps are all, had worked with Municity, and so they're able to enter our files. They said that all three of them said the complete turnaround time for all this is about 90 days. So we would,
this is why we have nothing on as of October first.
Right,
So that was a very big, all of a sudden, ball to drop at here. And the other thing is, now it takes time to do all this,
right.
to get it hooked up and done.
Mhm.
And I know it's not budgeted or anything, but we will have to work, that's the thing.
So, but as of October 1st, they're not supporting, there's no support for it, but we can still use it until we get
We
set
could-
up, like for a couple months,
and
right?
I talked to the municipality,
Yeah.
yes, we would still be able to use it. What would happen is if we moved on to Municipality 5, it would just be a smooth
Right,
transition, other than them coming and spending, close to 2 weeks with us and teaching us, their new program at $11,000. For their 2 weeks of, teaching the two of us. iWorks, they come in for 2 days. I mean, their program is that simple and that easy to navigate.
well, I think what he should do is just, him and Kevin should, explore these all the programs.
This is why
And
he's
then-
here tonight, he
Yeah,
has
and then
done that.
just
I have done that, and like I
post what
said,
the recommendation
yeah.
is.
I have three quotes.
Okay,
That was gonna be my thing, we just wanna make sure we have the written quotes.
I have 3 written quotes.
Three written quotes.
Three
That's not bad.
written quotes and 3 applications and 3, everything that's needed. I said I'm on.
So what they
I'm on
have,
the
they
town
have
board
been studying
side.
this for, since we got the ball dropped was about a month and a half ago maybe.
Yes,
And so in between going to school, that ball dropped. And when I first heard about how much it was, that 40,000, of course, I'm like, I'm gonna close that department.
and,
You know.
well, there were
I always
rumors that,
go over.
Yeah, what the heck?
there was a lot of rumors on, what happens if they interconnect all the.
Oh, yeah, that was the
offices.
other thing. We-
And, I've got it, so it's just our department,
Right,
the code enforcement and the building inspections. And that's just that particular office.
Because they do
Okay.
taxation,
the
taxes.
BAS does.
Right, BAS does,
Yeah.
but that has nothing to do with this here. And we do
But we
some,
don't need to link together.
we don't
Not
need to
link-
link.
We do not need to link together.
Yeah, the assessor and the building should link.
Well, the thing is, BAS, they linked the town of Stuyvesant, their offices together. And Edmonds took over that, and
I wonder if would they give us a quote between the taxes and,
You got that.
all the stuff that we
Did you get
use?
that?
yeah.
Let's see what that is.
We got that, and it was, to do all that, it was what, 48,
48.
over
something,
48,000.
Already doing it too, though. You think it'd be a better deal since they're
Let's
already.
see.
Yeah,
They do a
we thought so
website,
too, so I
taxes.
said, go to BAS, we were all excited, we
Right.
actually said, told them what we have. Because that's the assessor and taxes and stuff.
In the
And-
website.
and our
then
website.
We just switched the website 6
Yeah.
months ago.
So we'd have
Oh, yeah.
to-
And it was 48,000. Don't make that much in the building department, so you gotta look at it that way.
Yeah, right, no, it's true, it's true. Okay,
But like I said, the cheaper one, this, iWorks.
Also looks like the better one.
It looks like the better one and looks like the one that's gonna be the easiest for everybody to navigate.
I'm gonna give you a little heads up.
And
iWorks,
BAS didn't offer, online payments for you guys,
They all offer online payments, but
but now it's
At a-
expense, we
at
don't
a
pay an extra expense for
a
BAS.
much higher expense.
No, I'm saying for BAS, they don't charge us for doing online
Payment.
They
payments.
do the same thing, but they would be charging a higher percentage to the individual who's paying online.
Yeah, I know, but that's what whenever you do an online, it shouldn't cost the town anything, we don't pay anything,
Exactly.
the town. But the person that's putting that online.
Right, they pay.
They would,
They pay.
it would just
As
like
a-
with anything, you're gonna get charged something.
Same with your
So
credit
they
card,
just
right?
have to, and sometimes people actually pay their taxes so they can get their points on their cards.
Yes.
Some people told me that, I thought that was fun.
And I do have the quote, the quote for the other two, with that online payment, at this time, the office has never done online payments, and I don't know if that's something,
I think
wanna
it's a
go
great
to.
idea, yeah, no, there's
Do it all in one
plenty of
shot.
cities that actually have everything, you don't even have to talk to a building inspector, you do everything online. And as long as you submit all the payments and the plans, I mean, it really could benefit a lot, I don't know.
and where that,
That's a great
where that
idea.
really works out is, for the contractor, somebody like Phelps.
Does it all the time.
They do it all the time, and Phelps, Kevin and I have a, pretty good relationship with Phelps.
There you go.
And their foreman calls us, they show us pictures of everything, and all we go out to do is the final. With Edmonds, the homeowner, the contractor can do, like I said, all that online. And
Edmonds
when
does that as well?
when they do it, instead of it mailing it to, or emailing the town, it's emailed to their account. Each account has their own email, and it'll come up with their permit number. They'll type in their permit number, be able to access their permit and those inspections.
Probably
So,
good for the
so
builder
for,
as well.
like I said, for a roof, other than the final inspection, it would eliminate, people, them having to come here, mail us a check, me mailing back a permit to them,
They're doing everything online.
and everything would be done online.
You guys have been busy, I have to say, it's probably constantly, you guys have people there.
Well, the last quarter was learning the office, getting everything together. This quarter is trying to get everything updated. Like I said, we have a lot of permits that have been out there floating unfortunately, for years. And then the fourth quarter, we wanted to go into fire
Inspection.
Fire
inspections,
inspection.
something that the town has lacked for a long time. And we do have a lot of businesses, a lot of apartments. We have a hotel, and, with stores and things like that. And by state law, they're supposed to be inspected either annually, biannually, or every 3 years. And like I said, we have nothing on file that says that any of that has been done.
Well,
So we're gonna make a decision tonight?
Well, I will give you guys,
We could get them on the agenda.
No,
if you
we're
wanted to
here,
do it
that's what I
now.
mean.
Yeah,
I'll give you guys 3 quotes, let's just,
I think you did a lot of
Go on it.
homework for yourself.
I know
right
for a
there.
fact they
What's
did
your
a lot of
recommendation?
homework.
Yep.
Your recommendation is I work.
What is your recommendation?
it's the iWorks.
And you have to work with it, so.
Kevin and I have to work with it, and like I said, we could probably, I hate to say it, we could probably bring a 6-year-old in there, show them.
Well, we could,
Well, that might be
okay,
easier.
see you. Bye.
But, they would be able to really navigate. They would be able to navigate that system.
Right.
It's really pretty self-explanatory. And the original quote that they gave me was 3 times higher than that. And I was able to cut things.
Oh, he kept-
This is what I need. I don't need this.
Right.
We don't do this.
Yeah.
We're not a city, we're not Manhattan. I gave them how many people live in town, how many houses we have, and this is what and they were able to fit it to what we need.
Good, and that's a great price, it's so much, cheaper than the other ones.
And their prices
It's worth-
annually have not changed in 10 years.
Okay.
So do you guys wanna make a motion on that?
Yeah,
Just
I-
accept the one that he.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'll make the
Okay.
motion that we, allow the building department to switch to the iWorks program for their office.
Do we need a price on that? I think we should add that price.
The
Oh,
price.
it's $6,000 for the setup and the $3,500 annual fee.
And how much the annual, sorry?
3,500?
3,500. Okay.
That annual fee is for the second year,
Right, it wouldn't be this,
yes.
Okay, so
that's an easier amount to budget and swallow
Yeah.
than $40,000 or,
Have a second on that, please?
I seconded it.
Oh,
Sorry.
all in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Thank you.
Thank you, John.
All right,
Thank you, Tom.
Guys, I have another meeting.
Here, take this.
Can I take your,
No,
No,
you guys don't wanna look through it?
Yeah, I didn't know if you needed it.
No, I don't need it.
do you
I
want it?
have
Thank
it all, I have it all digitally, so. All right,
Okay.
thank you.
No, thank you.
Bye, Tom.
Yeah, cover those legs. Oh, did I say that?
Clapping.
Oh, where are we? Okay. Public comments, 3 minutes.
I'm just gonna make a quick thing. It does say 3 minutes duration just for this portion at least. So we can get through our thing and then after the public comments at the end, then we'll make time for more.
Okay,
Just an announcement. I was gonna bring a bell, but I forgot.
it's outside the Glacier House.
I know, but I forgot.
I know. All right.
Or no, public comment, sorry.
Ladies before gentlemen.
She got that opportunity last time.
I know.
Right.
Let's all do age before
Age before
beauty. Go ahead, Ed.
I looked at two issues. I don't see how I can squeeze it in 3 minutes. You gotta watch
Right.
out for reassessment. Here in the past year or so, the rush on buying properties in communities like Kinderhook and others has driven the prices, the sale prices of them, way sky high, way above certainly their assessed value, right? I've been going around, I talked to some of these old timers, and they're fearful of reassessment because they're gonna wind up with their house going
We
from
did it in
an assessment of
2019.
50,000
Yeah.
to 500,000.
We did it in 2019. I don't think we're planning on doing it soon.
Pardon?
We did it in 2019.
Right, yeah,
I think-
right.
Yeah, we're not due for another 4 years.
I guess I misunderstood.
Yeah, that's a revow. We're done. Chatham's doing theirs now.
Okay. The other issue is a health issue. Many years ago, the town ran a proposition to provide sewers for around the lake and so forth. And it went down. And what I suggest, if you get some monies, what I suggest is for all those densely populated areas, particularly up near the lake, that you get some engineering firm to do a study of the water quality. And you look for two things. You look for nitrates and E. coli. I already talked to one of the persons on the health department, and of course, they think it's a great idea. But you gotta get a professional organization to do this. Otherwise, you're gonna get a whole bunch of samples of Poland spring water. Okay? If people are gonna submit their own samples, you're gonna get samples of Poland spring water. So, because a lot of people used to have points. Their source of water was points.
I
You
know,
know what a point is?
yeah.
You drive it in the ground.
I got rid of mine. Thank you.
Pardon?
I got rid of mine.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
You got rid of it for what, though?
oh, well.
A drilled well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, see, you may be an exception to that.
I am, always.
Anyway, I'm suggesting
My
you
birthday.
consider, I'm suggesting.
I want to let you know that I have been in conjunction, since our bad storm or was it 2 weeks ago, we had that bad storm? And in conjunction with, the EPA and so forth, and I believe the supervisor from Chatham and myself are gonna see what we can do about a soil and water, study, all right? But I have to get the Lake Corporation to send us a formal letter approving us to do it. So, and I have to get in touch with, the supervisor from Chatham, Donnell Collins. And him and I both will see what we can do about water study and, so forth, since we did have that, terrible storm.
I mean, I think that's all great, but there's part of it that very frankly, I don't like. And that is Kinderhook Lake Corporation can't overrule you doing a health study of the water of those people that live in that area. They can't blackball.
I understand what you're saying.
They
I understand
can't,
what you're saying.
right, Andy? They can't do that.
No, I understand, but this was different. all right?
Okay, thank you for those efforts.
And I reached out to them.
Good for you.
Ding.
Thing.
Thank you.
All right, 3 minutes. Meg, you're next.
Okay, so first, congratulations on resolving the bounce check fee from back in, April, that's good to know. Second, it was never really clarified at the last meeting. When Mr. Patterson was appointed at the, emergency meeting on March 23rd, for accounting and financial advice, was he replacing Mr. Bucci, who had been appointed at the organizational meeting in January, at a contractual fee of $19,950? Or is Mr. Patterson a second CPA advising the town on matters financial and accounting? Second, the next thing, the 2020 data is still not listed on Open Book New York. At the last meeting, Mr. Brown, that's with an E, had suggested that there should be outreach to the comptroller's office to see what the holdup might be. So was there any outreach done?
Hold on,
What I
hold
had
on.
on the, agenda, right?
I handed it to you.
It is on the,
It's in here somewhere. It's in the regular.
sorry.
I know you had said that the report
Yeah,
was submitted in April, yes, but the data is not showing up on Open Book New York.
well, I had them, Lucci's, HCY, UHY to check. I always say that one wrong because I'm new. So anyhow,
Lisa Gill.
Lisa Gill had them, check it and they had no issue.
The last thing probably.
It's probably the last thing, isn't it?
That's it.
Oh.
Sorry.
All right,
But it
But
was,
anyhow.
basically what the correspondence said was, it was from Patterson's office, and Lisa Gill did
So
file it.
Patterson,
not
not Bucci.
Patterson's office,
Bucci's.
Bucci's.
Bucci's office. Yeah, it was from his office, from Lisa Gill, and said that it was filed, and it was like April, I think,
April
right?
29th.
Yeah, that's, it was
April,
filed,
so,
but when it doesn't appear,
but that's not something the town has anything to do, that's probably what Mark Brown said.
The
well,
controller.
no, what he was saying was check with the controller's office,
I
because
said
That's
that
what you
we-
said for
Yeah, and I
them to
sent
do.
them, I said them to do, and they said it was done. That's all, I mean,
but
I'll reach out
but
again.
it means it's not accepted by the comptroller's office, that it's still
I-
going through
I-
review. So it's a good thing to find out.
I wish I had
what
a correspondent, because it sounded better than it sounds right now, seriously.
Okay, and then finally, just the rec committee. It's on the agenda that it's gonna meet on the 4th, which is Wednesday.
Yeah,
There's no time given or location.
when I get to that, I'll put that in.
And then, can you
Where is
put
it?
that
It is
on-
here, we were trying to figure out whether we're gonna have it in the gym or here,
Okay, but it's in the Glen building.
but it is in the Glen building, it's gonna be out, in the gym.
And can that be posted then prominently on the website and especially on the calendar? Because right now,
It's not posted.
it's
That's
not
what I-
posted. So, yeah, so just to finish.
When we
off
get to
there-
those, I'll tell you the time and everything. We just
Yeah,
gotta get to
okay,
it.
so do we have two
I don't even have the time
CPAs?
for it, so.
Do we have two CPAs or do we have
We
one
have two.
CPA and Mr. Patterson? replaces-
Mr. Patterson comes in and helps us do some of the other stuff, and making sure that I am, how do I wanna put it?
Compliant?
Compliant with all the state regulations and so forth, where, Lisa Gill and that group never did that, and we always had someone do it, and we're slowly doing it through Mr. Patterson.
Okay.
All right? Okay,
Do I have a couple of seconds left?
Couple seconds.
one,
Okay, just to follow up with Ed, it's been in the papers, regarding the water quality and everything. With that terrible rainfall that we had, there was a great deal of flooding, up in Rensselaer County. And, particularly in the area affected by the Dewey Waffle site, and, DEC is doing extra testing now because they're looking at the sediments and seeing that there's a good possibility that a lot of the sediments have been stirred up and are now coming down into that, I think it's Little Thunder Creek.
Little Thunder Brook,
Yeah,
and,
into
Dave
Volusia.
Fleming is aware of it, and.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
and
he's-
yeah, I'm,
It would make
and
sense
I'm
that we
also
go
working
downhill.
with them.
Huh?
I also work
Right.
on that group, so,
Yes, I know, but just to,
you know,
put it out there
yep,
in response to Ed.
people don't really.
People would probably know that.
Huh?
Just by looking at the water was crazy. All
Oh,
these
yeah.
places was just, it was a awful.
Okay, bounce check fees, Andy, you wanna
There's
just,
no more public comments, right? Anybody else?
anybody else? Sorry, too bad,
Sorry.
I'm getting to you, you hold on.
He's young,
Bounce-
wait.
He's young, he can wait.
No.
Andy?
You're gonna like being here so much, someday you'll wanna sit up here.
The bounce check fee, it's actually $20 pursuant to
Is it
section.
20? Okay.
Yeah,
I made a
pursuant to
mistake. I'm
section
sorry about
85 of the general municipal law. You know, if the town wanted to make the bounce check fee more than that, you could do that. It would be done pursuant to a local law. I think, Kim, you mentioned the number you had was how many? Like,
Yeah, it was only, probably 5, because that's why we kind of
Five.
just didn't, you know.
so, I mean, it's good to have,
Yeah.
certainly. You know, you want to balance the penalty to taxpayers,
Right.
you know, against what Kim's dealing with. Certainly, if that were to change, if the number went from 5 to 25, you might want to consider that.
A local
You're
law,
not
yeah.
waiving the ability to increase that in the future, but if you did want to set it at $20, you could do that. You would just need a motion to set the bounce check fee at $20 pursuant to section 85 of the general municipal.
I'll make that motion pursuant to what Andy just said, section 85.
Second,
I'll second that.
all in favor?
What section is that?
85.
So carried. Cannabis, I spoke to the state controller's office and the assembly office, again and again and again, and they still have not created any committees as of yet. And they are having state police come in and do, what they feel that should be done on what the pertaining the law and so forth, and put it into the guidelines. So state police is giving guidelines to the state about the cannabis and so forth. So,
So
as
they're amending what,
no, it's
I mean, they're-
actually,
it's this
no,
thing
actually,
now?
state police want to write a whole new thing.
Oh, they will?
Yes, and they feel that what their division should inquire about it. So, I was told that on Thursday, but nothing has been said. And I told them, let me know by today, and I haven't heard from them. So, I'll keep you guys posted as much as I can. Okay, town creditor, oh yeah, that was the letter you were gonna read, right?
That was just to create, you were saying.
You're gonna
that the
create a
village
committee.
Mayors and then,
Oh, yeah, oh, the committee, is that for that one?
yeah, and if
That was
anybody
down
else is
here.
interested.
Okay, I thought that was,
Sorry,
on- okay.
yeah, right there.
So, I have spoken to both the mayor of Relation, the mayor of Kinderhook, the village of Kinderhook, and we are, the three of us are going to form a committee, of dealing with the cannabis. So, we would like to make sure somebody who is eligible to be on that committee, besides myself and the two mayors, and decide, it's not gonna be a big committee, but it would be a committee to talk about it and see where our guidelines are, so we can educate ourselves and our community, also. So, I see you shaking your head, Doctor. If anybody
You want to be on
has,
the committee?
He was putting up.
if anybody has interest, I need a letter of interest and sent to my email or to mail to me at the town hall here. And then we will have a committee. Walasia's gonna do the same, but they're gonna send me the information, and same thing with the village of Kendall, because we all have board meetings within the same week.
Do you know, Patsy, if they'll be changing this, but in the meantime, we're automatically opted in if we don't do anything?
We're all
That doesn't
opted in.
change? and that doesn't change.
That does not change it yet. I did ask that question first thing. I said, if we don't say anything or do anything, there is already people that have opted in so big that they started to open up or put their ideas ahead of their town or community and so forth. There's some oil places, what do you call that?
CBD oil.
Yeah, there's one that just opened up, I know, there's so much I know. I like Saratoga, I like the garlic and herb oil myself, but, there's some, oil places that they are, starting to open up in East Greenbush, I believe, I just heard a new place open up. We also got a new smoke shop down here in Glacier by, the dry cleaners, next to it. So, I mean, there's changes, but we have to look at what is actually, where we can put these places. This is the biggest thing. Nobody knows where they can go, or that guideline.
It's pretty limited, 500 feet from a school and 200 feet from a church.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be like an ATF law, it's the same idea. And the other thing is that one of the mayors brought up to me is traffic study. If you go over to Great Barrington or to Pittsfield, where they do have these places, they have to, in Great Barrington, they actually have a police officer directing traffic, because it's so heavy for a good 4 to 5 hours a day. And I think they're only open.
That's because it's also right off the highway.
I know, from Thursday to
And New York
Sunday.
doesn't allow it yet, so they're all.
Right, yeah, so everybody's going over
But,
there.
but that was the other thing, I mean, people said, his little Great Barrington, you got those traffic stuff, whole thing. So that was a couple things that the mayors were looking at also. And I understand, we have a lot of traffic in the area now. So, if anybody's interested, send me an email.
New business.
New business, oh, here we go.
He's getting excited.
Why, what do we have to do?
All right, already got your name written on
You
the
got- you
paper
got an email
here.
So Josh, this is something that is dear to my heart, that's all right, I just looked at it. Is always presenting an Eagle Scout Award, and you guys know I've done this quite a bit. But the thing is that the two people that you're sitting side by side have to be the most proudest parents ever. Hey, come over here. Next thing. They have to be so proud. You can come close, I don't bite, I don't bite Eagle Scouts. They have to be very proud, but even you have to be proud to say, that's my mom and dad, and look what they did. And that's what I think is the achievement of all. You have good parents and good roots. Don't forget that. Continue with that. And be proud to say who you are and what you stand for. All right? And always be honest. And that's one thing of Eagle Scout is always honest. And I find that with all of them. And thank you, Mom and Dad, for having such a great family, because you have beautiful daughters too. I want to first, okay, one of the other board members came up and helped me.
Oh, yeah, I'll come out.
And I didn't give you my real name. I gave you Patsy, because that's how you know me. Okay, this is a recognition certificate from the town, sealed for you, and what you did. And this here is a letter that the town board and town of Kinderhook want to congratulate you and as being an Eagle Scout and the achievement that you have done, and the Overlook Park in Stuyvesant Falls that you did. And I understand the work was well done, extremely hard, but it was needed also, and you saw that. And now visitors can enjoy that park, and you should be very proud to know that people sit there and enjoy it because of you. Not because of a budget line, but because of you. The accomplishment was noted, and I would like to say the town board meeting as of August 2nd, 2021, the town board will pass a formal resolution honoring you and your achievement as Eagle Scout Award. Since it is a resolution, it would be recorded in our minutes and memorized in a very special award for further generations. Again, from the town board, myself, thank you very much. Mom and dad up here? Stop it. All right? These are tall in the whole building. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Ann.
Good job, Mom and Dad.
All right, this is all here. Okay.
Thank you.
See, stuff like that makes it rewarding as a supervisor, but also part of the town board. And we are very honored, Josh.
I'm
So
gonna throw
thank you.
something out there. I was a first-class Girl Scout, which is now a gold,
Oh, yeah.
so I can relate to your success.
And your dad was scoutmaster.
Yeah.
How long you been a
Yeah.
scoutmaster,
4 months.
Steve?
Yeah.
Me?
Yes,
22 years.
22 years,
Guess how old he is?
yeah?
18.
18, so he's been scoutmaster since before he had a boy.
And thank you for that, and thank you, Mom, because I know you've been out there with scouts too. I would, believe it or not, I was a scout leader for Brownies. Those girls have never been the same. It's a very nice, thank you so much.
Congratulations. Very proud of you.
Thank you.
Next business, appoint Debbie Smith on the rec commission. I need a motion.
I'll make a motion that we appoint Debbie Smith to the rec commission.
Second,
Second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Well, we already did that, taxation and finance, right? So we
Yeah.
keep going. The rec meeting is on the 4th, which is Wednesday at 6:30 PM in the gym. Can you be there?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. So that meeting, I'll make sure it goes on the webpage. I think I waited because it has to be approved by the board that we're having that rec meeting, all right? So, Martin H. Glenn applications. So we're opening up the building and hope we can keep it open. I just pray that we do. God only knows what's happening now, but, Kinderhook basketball, do you wanna do it all at once or separate? Or
We do it all at once.
All at once.
Good. Kinderhook Basketball Association sent us an application with insurance. Whitney Fields, HOA, they're in the room on the 20th. Boy Scouts with insurance and Girl Scouts with insurance. I please have a motion that we accept those applications and the use of the building.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept those 4 applications for the use of the building.
And second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So carried. I need to change the September meeting from September the 6th to the 13th. Andy, write that down.
Got it.
Okay.
I'll make the motion to change it.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Fireman's Appreciation Day. I need the board to approve this. So the other night, Phil Bickerton and I last week sat down with all the fire companies that is in our district for the town of Kinderhook. And we have Chatham, Stuyvesant Falls, Felicia, Village of Kinderhook, Niagara. Is that it, Tri-Village?
We were missing, Chatham never.
Chatham didn't
They
come.
were invited, but couldn't make
They're
it.
normally there, yeah.
The one thing, I mean, we just had their convention down at Stuyvesant Falls. The one thing we have to recognize is that these are volunteers that is dwindling. The average age is, high 50s, on them. But 2 of the firemen brought up a very interesting piece. One was from the village of Kinderhook and the other one was from Stuyvesant Falls. And people think that they are paid. Now, we have a lot of new residents in the town and so forth. And one fireman, when he left the house, the owner said, well, thank you very much to the guys. I appreciate you coming out, says to the man, who is a second chief, said, well, now you can go back to work, finish your shift. And he goes, what do you mean? She goes, oh, go back to the firehouse and finish your shift. He goes, I have to go to my job. I just lost 4 hours of pay to come fight your fire. I'm a volunteer. Nobody volunteers to be a fireman. Remember, right, Phil?
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
devastating. Devastating to me, because I came from a family of firemen. But devastating that people think that they assume that our town and our rescue workers and our ambulance are just gonna be there. You know, and when they come. And so this was suggested by them, over at the town park, on the, October the 16th, is to have a Firemen's Awareness Day. Show them what they do, maybe try to do some recruits, show their equipment, you know, and have kids see it and so forth. You know, we can organize a little bit better, but I told them I have to get permission from the board because it's gonna be something that the town will pay for, and give. And I think it's needed. I think we should appreciate our volunteers like you and others in this town a lot more. And we don't. So, okay, but anyhow, I would like to see if the board would like to go along with me and help me organize this day along with the fire companies. And to have an appreciation day. It's a Saturday, be during the day and so forth. And I think it'd be a nice thing that we could show, one, that we appreciate our fire companies. And two is that maybe we can do some recruits.
Some recruiting, and then, it's important too to educate the public, and then how to get the public aware of what really takes place in the volunteer fire departments. Especially after listening to the chiefs, the
No, these are all chiefs.
unbelievable responsibility, that they're burdened with. I mean, it's mind-boggling what they, have to deal with.
Just equipment alone, they were saying.
Equipment, the
The
training,
gloves,
the
the gloves were
budget.
crazy money. And they have to change them all the time, because New York State changes all these regulations and so forth,
It's
and.
it's the
it was-
pressure they're under,
Yeah.
and then to, I don't know, if it's alleviate some of that pressure from them, or, but you realize after talking with them, it is a bit of an uphill battle to educate the public, so we'll try to do that at that event.
Great.
So I would like to see if I can have a motion made by the board that the town of Kinderhook would like to do on October the 16th, a Fireman's Appreciation Day at our town park.
I'd like to make that motion.
And
I'll second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
So carried, thank you very much.
We'll be feeding them.
It means a lot.
Yeah.
We already did the building department software. The other thing is that we are doing a soccer program, and on our webpage, there's a link for them. We're gonna start on, September the 18th to October the 23rd. The cost is $50, and everything is right there on our webpage, and there's also, a little, survey that they want people to do. But it's been a great.
That's what I found right there.
Oh, guess what? There you are. So this is a good program. Hopefully, they're gonna go with the guidelines of what they have to do, according to the Health Department and CDC and Department of Health. So what it is right now, they're not sure, so the numbers might not, usually we get 400 kids, we might have to cut down to 200 or maybe 100, so that's where we're at with that. So, I just wanted to bring that to attention, pretty much, we already talked about it before. I guess we now have public comments. Mr. Mancini.
Yes. Has to do with the letter that I sent to the town clerk about the energy code enforcement. training in Ghent, Tom left, so that
I
was.
think, yeah, I forwarded over to him too.
That would be a good idea if he or who was he say?
Kevin.
Kevin,
Registered for that, because the energy code is gonna be updated in another 17 months to make a more sustainable, energy efficient buildings and renovation type
Right.
stuff. So it's important, and it also.
That's in
would-
October.
Yeah,
Right.
but it would also give the town's clean energy community program points towards
Oh, that will
grant
give us
money.
points too.
Yes.
Oh, good.
It's got that, there's a list of the
Yeah, we remind.
actions that you can take, that's on.
Yeah, I
there.
sent it to Tom, I sent it to,
Yeah.
planning board, zoning board,
Yeah.
I sent it to
Tell him,
everybody.
right.
Yeah.
So it would be good.
Bill, I sent it out to everybody, I sent it to Natalie, to send to all the boards
Oh,
as
yes,
well.
but I would really, especially code enforcement officers,
Mm-hmm.
because you're gonna get, you'll get an opportunity to get grant money that way too,
Okay,
through NYSERDA. The other item I wanted to ask, since the Register Star is here,
yeah,
correct, could they please change the time of the meeting from 7 o'clock to 6:30 in their paper? Of course, every month now, since you changed it, it still says 7 o'clock.
did you hear
I
that?
can ask. That's.
You always
our
know at
office,
six
I
thirty.
can certainly let them know. I
It's in the-
apologize about
they're literally
that.
all the public notices that usually turn up on page 3 of the paper, since I do get the Register Star. It shows the time and the place, and it keeps saying 7 o'clock, and I know for the last over a year and a half, it's been 6:30, so.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let them
And for
know.
the few people that actually. pay
Again, I
attention to
apologize
it
about
might-
that.
you have more than one official paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it was 6:30 too. Any other public comments?
We don't get their public notice.
It has to do with the legalization of marijuana, et cetera. There was a time in New York State that if you drove an automobile on a public road and had an open container in the vehicle that contained alcohol, it was illegal. All right? Now we're gonna start selling marijuana and the oil and all that stuff. Actually gonna have a store in the town of Kinderhook where they sell it. It's insanity. To me, it's absolute. I realize your hands are tied. I understand that. But I just want you to let you know there's somebody out there, maybe I'm the only one, that thinks it's crazy. And it's right up there with the damn bail reform law. Boy, that's a real good one too, okay? The person commits a crime, comes in, gets a ticket and walks out the door. Boy, that's real smart, okay? Anyway, just, there's some of us that are upset over that, and we have no recourse. No recourse. Anyway, thanks for listening.
Always. Anybody else? Oh, nice. Okay, board comments?
None. Just congratulations again.
Sign your father.
My father-in-law passed away on Wednesday, Art Hines, and I wanted to thank him publicly for all he did for the community. He was Lions Club, Santa Claus Club, small business owner, used to be involved with the Hunt Club, and he was one of those guys who gave quietly and persistently, and can't thank him enough. So I thank everybody who does something to volunteer for their community, anything. It just makes the place great. So I want to thank Arthur Hines for all
And
he did.
he volunteered for the right reasons.
Yeah, he just,
And
and the
there's-
planning board also, I
Right, I
forgot
know,
that.
he always
Yeah.
volunteered for the right reasons
Yes,
and always a smile when he said hello to you.
yes.
So may he rest in
Yeah.
peace, and we're very sorry for your loss
Yeah.
and Connie's loss and the family.
Yeah, and then with that, speaking of volunteers, the Climate Smart committee that I'm on,
Oh, yeah.
Bob Thorsey has to step down, and I'll put this out to the public, where's the camera too? We need another member or two to join the Climate Smart committee, so please contact me. And
You might smell it, put that on the webpage also.
Have you signed up for 5 things before you leave here today?
Huh?
Watch out.
I know, right? Well, on that note, I'm gonna go have birthday cake.
Good for you.
Motion to adjourn, there's no executive session.
Oh, yeah,
for that?
right.
Nothing.
No executive?
No media questions, right? You guys are set?
You guys, media,
Oh, I did have a quick question, sorry. So Kim, when you were reading the letter from the taxation.
Yeah.
You said it'd be great if you could read this. Do you post correspondence somewhere that we could read it?
I don't, but I'm gonna have April try to figure it out.
by the
She's
way, this
actually-
is April.
Yeah, this is April. She's actually contacted BAS that does our website, and I'm gonna have her do a lot of the posting and stuff. I literally, today was opening day for hunting licenses, and she's like, I don't even know how you do this by yourself. I'm like, I know. So anyway, she's gonna be my website guru, so we're gonna see if we can. So I have a whole packet that, you know, could go up and.
We have a lot of letters that come in, and I'm always like throwing Kim's sending to me and so forth, so a lot, sometimes it'd be nice if we can get them up there. There's a couple we have put up there.
April's at the age
Yeah.
to do anything. Like, I'm trying to show her stuff, she goes, yeah, I know.
I'm confident I can figure it out, so
Great.
stay
Well,
tuned
it'd be
for that.
great to have the whole, everything you mentioned at the meeting, the reports and the.
Yeah, like, I'm
Correspondence
sure there's
available.
something, and if there's not, maybe we can create something, but what she looked at today when I was just posting the minutes and the agenda, she's like, oh, yeah. It's so easy, so much easier for somebody so much younger.
Learning process. I usually try to do the calendar, Megan. But I know the rec thing I couldn't put up until it got approved tonight, so I told Mark that. So, and that's at 6:30 in the gym, because in here is another meeting. See, we're a busy building
Do
already.
you want that letter though, Amelia? It was a really good letter.
Well, I'll make a motion that we adjourn then.
So I'll second that.
Oh, baby, yahoo!
All right, I'm giving you, because that was such a great letter.